What's going on, people? Ben here from Bateman Talks Tottenham, back with another video of my dad Paul.
Hi.
Where today we will be previewing the Wolves game tomorrow with a lot of bad injury news from Ange Postecoglou's press conference. Starting with Mickey van der Ven, who him and James Maddison are expected to be out till at least the new year, which is quite bad news.
Two of our greatest players.
I know, two, arguably I would say probably our most important players this season. So that is, well, it's a massive blow, isn't it?
Yeah, great shame.
Particularly when we're going to have 7 games in December and still we've got another 3 coming up soon. So it's really the worst timing, really, isn't it?
Yes, except we've got an international break, which will be, for the others, probably a good thing.
Yeah, obviously Richarlison is going to be out for a month for that groin surgery he has had as well. So the injuries are really kind of mounting up at the moment, aren't they?
Yes, we're really going to miss Van der Ven in particular, I think. But although Dyer came in the other night and actually played very well. The best I've seen him play. Yeah,
Eric did do very well in fairness to him, but it's more what he can't offer for me in terms of he's not got the pace. And that's the main asset, Van der Ven, having the strength and pace that he has is so crucial to the high line we play, and I think that is going to be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, it might be interesting to see if he does bring Ashley Phillips in and how he does.
Yeah, from what I hear, I think Ashley Phillips is quicker than Dyer, but it's a case of is he developed enough yet to play? You'd assume he's going to be on the bench for the foreseeable future, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Particularly tomorrow against Wolves, which is going to be quite an interesting lineup, would you say?
Yes, it'd be interesting to see exactly what he starts with. I mean, there's various options. Obviously, we've got Bentancur and Lo Celso in for Maddison. But what happens at left back, I don't know, with Doggy.
Yeah, with the Doggy suspended and Romero suspended as well. At least they'll be back after the... Well, Doggy will be back after the international break and Romero will be back after the Man City game, which is something. Still not ideal. But yeah, like we said, it's going to be a very interesting lineup. I assume Emerson is probably going to start at left back, although Ben Davies is apparently back fit now. Yeah. But it's a case of Ben Davies is probably going to play at centre back.
Yes, I think that's more likely. I mean, Højbjerg came in and did well at centre back even. There's another possibility, but more likely be Ben Davies.
And then the James Maddison role, do you think it'll be a Giovanni Lo Celso playing?
I don't see why not.
Like for like, you'd think so.
Yeah. And I believe Gill's been mentioned.
Yeah, Ange was asked about Lo Celso. Obviously, Lo Celso is not quite the same type of creative player as Maddison, or not as good. But he was asked about would Lo Celso slot in there, and he said not just Lo Celso, but also Brian Gill, and said that now with all these injuries, having so many starters out of the team, it's a chance for the bench players to really put their stamp on the team and throw their name in the hat, isn't it?
And he was asked about his preferences, was it? Chocolate?
Yes, he was asked on his temptation to change the sort of style of play with the high line with a lot of controversy in the week, and he said that the only temptation he gives into is chocolate. So, make of that what you will. It sounds like we're having the same old Spurs, but just maybe a couple more goals going in the other way.
Well, we'll see.
Hopefully not. But then looking towards Wolves, do you think we can still get a result out of this game?
Don't see why not.
I think we're capable of it. We've still got a great front line. Even Kulusevski could play in that James Maddison role. He has played as a 10 before. And you'd think if he does that, Johnson maybe go on the right and go on the left, potentially. So let's be honest, tomorrow is going to be a very interesting lineup to see, isn't it?
Very.
If you've got a score prediction, obviously this one is a little bit more difficult to predict than previous games. Yes,
well, as being an optimist, I'd say 2-1 to us.
Oh, I like the sound of that. I'm going to go slightly pessimistic and go for a 2 or draw. I just think how many changes there are going to be in this team. I still think we can score some goals, but I think we might have some problem at the other end. Unless Wolves have a typical, in fairness, they aren't the best in front of goal, have a typical bad day at the office in terms of finishing. It's kind of what I think we're going to have to hope for in terms of keeping goals out of the net and a bit of a Vicario masterclass. Which, with how he's been playing recently, is perfectly
amazing.
Likely that it could happen. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, but let us know what you think in the comments in terms of the score. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, come on you Spurs!